But you are in studio. You did bring a nice sports report, and I'm just dying to hear it. I'm chomping at the bit. What do you got going on? What's getting you riled up in sports?
Well, I was gonna cover football, and I was gonna cover this, and I was gonna cover that. But I really think we should start off with I don't know if you guys heard about this, the ignorance that is Canadian hockey. Well, all hockey, I guess, is Canadian because I don't watch it.
You don't like.
Well, there's American hockey, but it came from Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. There's a black player. His name is Wayne Simmons. He's one of the couple black players in the league. And there was a preseason game going on. And what happened was there was actually a shootout at the end of the game. That's when the player brings the puck down the ice and he's one-on-one with the goalie.
Uh-huh.
The fans threw bananas out there.
Oh, my God.
What?
I mean, could you be any more insensitive than that? I mean, that's disgusting.
Yeah, because he's a black guy.
Right.
They think they're getting at him. He's the one black guy playing hockey.
And they there's a shoot-off, and they throw a banana out onto the rink.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of like the way Detroit always throws all those squids out on the rink, but this is a banana, and it's like totally inappropriate.
who gets offended by a squid?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who is getting offended.
That's a celebratory thing. That's a celebratory thing.
I didn't know. Is there some group of people that are offended by the fact that there's a squid thrown out on the ice?
Japanese fishermen?
I think it's just.
Are there Japanese hockey players?
I don't think so. No, absolutely not. In fact,
I think it's just rude. Honestly,
it's.
I find it offensive.
Yeah, it's a comment, a racist comment, if you will, put out there for somebody who's really broken a barrier, because you don't find a lot of African Americans playing hockey.
It's disrespectful.
It's horrible. I was sickened anyway. It's just totally inappropriate. Very actually.
What did he have to say about it?
Actually, there hasn't been a lot of comment coming from his way, but obviously the NHL went out and said, totally inappropriate. We can't have this. This won't be tolerated type of thing. But hopefully, this was in a non-NHL city, although it was in Ontario, Canada.
I don't think of Canadians as very racist at all, though.
Hey.
Yeah, but they're hooligans when it comes to their soccer,
I guess.
And hockey is their soccer.
Exactly. Speaking of soccer, you guys.
Yeah.
The thing that's pissed me off the most is just, since when did football become football?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Have you seen these guys faking the injuries all weekend?
I did.
Oh my
I saw
gosh!
That whole thing, that big controversy.
It's all fake.
Oh my! I mean,
the defense guys just falling down.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta hurry up. Oh, I gotta.
Trying to buy some extra time.
Take a Midol and stop whining, okay? I mean, I was disgusted. I mean, this is not meant for pro football. We don't need a bunch of divers and a bunch of people who,
But is it against the law?
Okay, what the NFL came out and said. See, they can't go against what it is that they do in terms of the hey, we're really focused on whether or not people get injured, this and that and the other, and then discourage people from being injured. So what they've said is if anybody admits to faking an injury, then we'll penalize them.
Are you saying that these guys are just faking injuries?
Yeah, just to slow down the game. The other team's in a hurry-up offense. They're just all of a sudden faking cramps. I mean, it happened like 3 or 4 times this last weekend alone.
Do you think this has anything to do with the fact that there was no really preseason practice?
No. This is totally a
gamesmanship.
Yeah,
absolutely.
By the defense. But you know what? If they had to prevent cramps, they really, I think, what is it, like the potassium?
Are they supposed to stretch out?
Well, they're supposed to, but then they're supposed to get like enough potassium and like B12 and stuff into their system.
If anything was going to happen, maybe they should have been throwing bananas out to those guys, because those guys could have used one.
Absolutely.
They're cramping up so bad out there. So
I totally agree.
Was it like foot cramps? Because have you ever had that where you're making love and you get a
and
foot
the calf
cramp?
goes
on the
calf
field?
slash.
Also, you're like get that foot cramp, or you had the fake one because it wasn't really you weren't into it. We've had this discussion before, I think. But I don't think that was the case because they were on the field. They were playing an actual game, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm disgusted by that, and football's just becoming worse and worse as a result. It's just really taken away from the game. And
what I don't get, the guys came out and said, "Oh yeah, it's not against the rules, right?"
Exactly.
So now the NFL came out and said, "Hey, if you admit to it, we're going to fine you." So now, don't admit to it.
Don't say anything. Exactly.
I think all coaches are just like, they're just like, hey, you're going to have to maybe, it's one of those.
Yeah,
you need to buy some time.
Absolutely. A couple of the coaches, I guess the signal is the coach comes out and he goes like this at the field and he goes like that when his things start getting a little out of control. Yeah, and then you just fall. So it's like he shot you.
Yeah, like you're playing dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And what? And they're like, oh,
yep.
like
What
there's
happened?
a play
I've
going
just
on.
been shot.
It's my thigh. I've got a cramp. We've got to hold up the game. Can we go to commercial, please?
Let's take this 30 seconds commercial break.
So
you don't think this is because there's a lack of potassium in their diet?
No, this is definitely not about that at all, I assure you.
This isn't a race thing. But the guys that did fake the injuries, they were African-American as well, right? Yeah, they were white.
Yeah, I think most of them, but, I'm not going to characterize that one way or the other.
You don't think that just because they're black, they also are faking injuries? It's a football thing.
It's
this
a football
is happening
thing,
in, the football league. It's a common thing that's going on.
I just never noticed it like I did last weekend.
Not necessarily an African American.
Not at all.
Which I just want to
absolutely.
clear that
We need to
out.
clarify that.
Absolutely, we need to clear the air there and make sure that that's not something that we're trying to get across.
Absolutely.
But. So what else you got in sports there, Chris?
I don't know if you guys watched that Chiefs game this weekend. I want to cover it real quick, but just to let you know, yeah, if you're like the rest of the city, you thought you were going to win, everything looked good, da-da-da. Then Todd Haley managed to, waste all of our timeouts before the 5-minute mark of the game.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, then I got to
odd.
then I got to watch the New England game and against Buffalo. Buffalo beats New England, an amazing win. Their coach, Chan Gailey, was actually the offensive coordinator for us when Herm Edwards was here, and he was given the chance to interview for the job here. He did not get it. Then Todd Haley thought, oh, he's not worthy to be my offensive coordinator. Well, this guy's only won the last 4 games last year, first 3 games this year. Looks like he's on his way to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he's not worty.
Not worthy.
No, can't have him.
Not worthy.
Cannot have him.
But this is not the first time the Chiefs have made a bad choice.
And it won't be the last, let me assure you. I wish I could blame it on Carl or somebody else, but watching this guy go out and win is very discouraging as a Chiefs fan, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, and, when it comes to the Chiefs, did somebody lose their job this last – I thought that
Charlie Weiss left, okay?
Yeah, I know he left, but he went to go back to college.
Right. Well,
work on his degree.
He didn't want to listen to Todd Haley and tell him what to do anymore.
I understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest thing. But nobody really lost their job. No, absolutely.
I thought somebody lost their job right after week 3.
Oh, last year.
This year.
This year?
Like somebody
well,
just
this was
lost
week
their
3.
job.
This was week 3.
I know, like somebody just lost their job. Now, like yesterday, they're like on Facebook, someone was like, "Oh, he's the first to lose his job." Like there was some sort of but I couldn't find anything about it, so maybe they were just talking crap.
Yeah, I haven't heard about it yet, but I'm not on top of everything.
I don't think we even scratched the surface. Would you mind talking a little bit more?
No, absolutely not.
Stick around. All right.
Sounds
This
good.
is a guy named Chris with sports on the Big Dumb Fun Show.
We will come when we come back. We'll talk some more sports, but right now we've got a little audio exposure. We're going to do a 1-song break and be back. This is the Jefferson from Sydney, Australia, with their song "Running," right here on the Big Dumb Fun Show.